What's going on, HDL fans? It's Gordon Sign here, coach of your Washington Archons, and I'm bringing you another coach's interview with former coach of the Dallas Star Manitans, now coach of the Venice Venusaurs, Valordin. How you doing, my dude?
Actually doing good since I had a battle in a different draft league a couple hours ago. So I'm doing pretty good right now.
Nice, nice. So I have to ask, why the mascot change this season?
Venusaur was always my favorite. I would have gone Venusaur if it wasn't for the fact that Colin got it before me. And also, I never intended to really join this league.
Fair enough.
But then Red joined, and then you guys needed an extra, which was me.
And then you just had too much fun and had to come back. Gotcha. Because you love us, and it's totally not because we forced you. Kidding. We did not force anybody to join the league just for...
Send help.
Alright, so Valor, obviously, I think you kind of just answered it, but favorite Pokemon of all time, I'm assuming, is Venusaur?
Yes.
And
for the longest time, I didn't even use it, but one time I played through, I think, Leaf Green and Fire Red, loved it, and it's kind of been that way ever since.
Nice. So this can be either before the league, this can be about this league, another league, or you can do one from like last season and then just something from your past. Whatever you want to do, however you want to answer it, but favorite Pokemon memory or memories?
Ooh, this is a tricky one. Favorite Pokemon memories. I guess one thing, my first draft league ever, I managed to make it all the way to the finals and I choked away the win. I had the win, my play was to click rest. And then eventually I would sleep talk and attacking move, but I got too much energy and then I messed up and attacked. And then second best, I guess, is I made Lickitung viable in a different draft league.
Nice. Lickitung is a good man. I don't get the hate. I love him.
He's just a Gen 1 Pokemon that got evolution, but no one really cared about. Eviolite with Cleric in the Gen 1 move pool means it's very versatile.
Yeah. Anything from honestly, I think that's what a lot of people miss on a lot of Gen 1 Pokemon is how many moves they really can learn and things. It's like...
Yeah, they've been here since the beginning. Like, Gen 1 gives it access to all the ridiculous TMs. Gen 2 had the Elemental Punches as TMs.
Yep.
So yeah, that makes it really good, especially since they released versions of all the old games on the eShop.
Yeah, definitely. Now, I have to ask you this, even though you might not want to talk about it after the loss to Mick, but how'd you feel about last season?
It happened. I managed to make it to the playoffs, which I was happy with. My hacks did come back to strike me in the last match. Z-Draco crit when I had my Cleric that still could have helped fix that problem. But then again, I've gotten a lot better about getting overly competitive. It happens, especially to me.
Fair enough. Now, you made a lot of changes to your team going into playoffs. Was that because of a lack of liking what you chose to draft last season? Or was it just more to fit? Like, I'm just curious where that came from with how you felt about your team last season, and since you did make so many playoff moves.
I had a lot of options. There were some things that just weren't putting in enough work, and I felt like there were some weak spots I needed to cover. Some of those changes were for specific threats, like Latias. It helped deal a lot with Mega Venusaur, which was a main issue when I faced Mike, and then it had just enough speed to where a Max Scarf could outspeed Mega Swampert, which would have helped a lot also.
Nice. So, our final question here is predictions or hopes for next season. So for you or for team, just literally anything that you want to predict or have hopes for next season.
Hope my luck is a little bit better next season. That's one thing I always hope for. And then besides that, just try not to get sniped too much this time, because I lost a lot of stuff I wanted to get last season. And hoping to get lucky, and also try to bring in the bulky playstyle I've been learning recently.
Since you do know your division, I do want to ask: do you think you'll make playoffs this season?
I'm definitely not looking at the divisions real quick.
It's me, Bowser, Flapjack, and somebody else.
I think it's going to be interesting. I think it's a pretty balanced. The divisions have been really balanced. Are really balanced, which I'm really happy about.
Yeah. Oh, Gators also are in division. That too. Okay. I'm like trying to remember. But yeah. So I think there's a good chance for you to make playoffs again.
I think that's a chance of this happening. Again, I'm happy with these divisions. I don't think there's any. They didn't put all. It's very spread out. There's not a super player in every. There's a good player in every division, but at the same time, also it's not completely lopsided.
Exactly. And then I also, with the help of expanding, we also now have 8 teams going to playoffs rather than 6. So, you know, it's a little more of a chance to, I'd say a little more, even though we added 8 teams technically, so, you know, only 2 more teams for 8 teams added, I still think it's a little more of a cushion just because a lot of teams will probably be closer when it comes to standings. That's just kind of how it tends to even out when you do expand and have bigger leagues. It tends to show through records that it's a lot closer. So I think it's going to be a hard battle, but I think anybody could make it to playoffs this season. I really
think I have a good chance of making it to playoffs. I got more experience under my belt from different draft leagues. And also there's like a mix of new and old players also. So I think, thankfully, with some of the new players, I have a better chance to get some easier wins. No shade. I think anyone can win any match, but still.
I'm just looking for the Gator versus Valor rematch. That's what I'm looking for.
Oh, yeah, the week 1 battle, that was amazing.
One of the best battles from last season. All right, man.
I'm sorry if you hear yelling in the background.
It's all good. Thanks for doing this interview, man. I really appreciate it.
No problem. Let's see if I can do better than I did last season, and hopefully no Z Draco grits.
Yeah, definitely. Best of luck with your season 2. And thank you, everybody, for coming out and watching this interview with Valor. Until next time, guys, I've been Gordon Sign, signing off.
Bye-bye!